You know what else is interesting is all of these wonders of the world, the pyramids, Stonehenge, Machu Picchu, these are all on fault lines. All of those are on top of fault lines.
And a crack in the crust that would allow energy to come out.
All of these places
Exist in that belt.
Yes.
It's too coincidental to be coincidence.
Did you know that there's an energy grid connecting all the major pyramids, sacred sites, ancient temples, stone circles, churches, and holy mountains? These places are not randomly placed, but are believed to be intricately connected, forming a global network of energetic hotspots. This hidden lattice is thought to channel Earth's energies, linking sites of profound spiritual and historical significance across the globe. Let's take a moment to visualize this concept with an excerpt from Hugh Newman's presentation.
That goes way back several hundred, potentially thousands of years, with this idea that the Earth has a geometrical nature and that the ancients understood this and would place sites all around the planet connected up into a massive geomantic system.
As Newman illustrates, geomancy reveals a sophisticated understanding that our ancestors had of the planet's energy lines, ley lines that crisscross the globe, connecting monuments and sacred sites across different civilizations. Sacred geometry is not just a method of construction. It's an ancient metaphysical art that maps the invisible patterns underlying our physical world. It governs the way energy flows, mirroring the proportions and forms seen in nature. From nautilus shells to the vast reaches of the cosmos, ancient constructions like the pyramids of Giza, Stonehenge, and the Nazca lines employ geometric ratios that reflect this profound understanding, suggesting these structures were designed to align with cosmic forces, thus enhancing the spiritual and terrestrial connectivity of the sites. The use of precise angles, symmetrical patterns, and strategic orientations in these edifices illustrates a deliberate act to bridge the Earth to the heavens, channeling cosmic energies to sanctify the Earth below. The concept of ley lines was first popularized by Alfred Watkins, who theorized that these straight paths across the landscape were ancient trade routes. However, deeper exploration into geomantic practices reveals that ley lines may carry more than just footfalls. They could be conduits of cosmic energy, aligning various monuments and natural landforms into a coherent, energetic network. These ley lines are often found intersecting at significant ancient sites, and are believed to serve as spiritual highways that facilitate the flow of energy across the Earth, influencing everything from the fertility of the land to the spiritual experiences of the people living upon them. Earth circles represent a global network of ley lines that form great circles around the planet, intersecting at key geographical and historical points. These alignments are thought to represent ancient knowledge of the world as a connected whole, where lines on the Earth mirror stars in the sky. This understanding points to a sophisticated global geomantic system that interconnected distant civilizations through shared celestial knowledge and earthly placements. The Great Pyramid of Giza's placement reveals much more about ancient geomantic networks. Newman's analysis highlights its global significance.
The most famous example really is the Great Pyramid, and it's thought now that the original prime meridian of the Earth was not through Greenwich, obviously, but it was actually through the Great Pyramid at Giza. And every ancient site, or many of them, relate to this particular spot, as though this is the omphalos, this is the geodetic axis mundi of the planet, and everything else came from that. And it does appear that may be the case, because even when Napoleon and his surveyors in the late 1700s were surveying Egypt and other areas, they realized that the division of it cut the delta region into two equal portions, and these emanated from the corners of the Great Pyramid. So not only do you have this happening, geodetically in a sort of enclosed area, you also have the fact that most landmass from this particular spot is on the planet. So this is at the center of the Earth's landmass. And there's other reasons why it may have been chosen, which we'll get into during the lecture.
Great Pyramid of Giza stands as a testament to the geomantic and geodetic sophistication of the ancient Egyptians. Positioned at the center of the world's landmasses, it not only aligns with cardinal points, but also sits at the focus of significant ley lines, suggesting it may have been the central hub of an ancient geomantic network. Its location and construction are so geometrically precise that they reflect a deep understanding of global geography and geometry. aligning with celestial phenomena such as solstices and equinoxes, which highlights its role as a global marker or beacon in the Earth's energetic grid system. How might such precise ancient engineering influence our understanding of past civilizations' capabilities and knowledge? Across cultures, finding the geodetic center, essentially the energetic or spiritual heart of a land or civilization, was crucial. For example, in Britain, ancient geomancers identified the Isle of Man as a terrestrial fulcrum which balanced sacred and secular powers. Similar practices can be found in other cultures where spiritual and temporal leadership was believed to emanate from these central points, marking them not only as power centers, but also as sacred spaces where heaven and earth align. Let's delve deeper into how ancient sites align globally with harmonic longitudes and geometric patterns.
Even Graham Hancock noted this in his 1998 book Heaven's Mirror. He developed a theory of longitudinal distribution of sacred sites based upon precessional numbers. These are numbers that are encoded into the precession of the equinox 25,980-year cycle. And these are all harmonic numbers such as 72, 144, 108, etc. But he also found not only that the sites were related longitudinally from Giza, they all were harmonic distances, harmonic degrees apart, but he also accidentally found that they were based upon pentagonal geometry. The numbers of precession are the internal angles of pentagons, suggesting that the precession of the equinoxes is directly related to sacred geometry, i.e. pentagons, and possibly dodecahedral geometries, which we'll see later. So all around the world, not just from Giza, but other cultures, even before and after Giza and the Egyptian civilization, understood where to put sites. It was part of the system, it was part of a great survey.
The concept of harmonic longitudes involves the placement of sacred sites along specific longitudinal lines that may resonate with particular cosmic frequencies. This suggests an advanced understanding of harmonics and vibration, where sites such as the pyramids, Stonehenge, and Easter Island are precisely positioned to create a symphony of interconnected spiritual spaces that vibrate in harmony with the planet and possibly the universe. The use of pentagonal and dodecahedral geometries in ancient constructions points to a deeper layer of sacred geometry, often associated with the precession of the equinoxes and cosmic cycles. These geometric forms are not only aesthetically pleasing, but are imbued with specific energetic qualities that may have been used to harness, store, or manipulate spiritual energies. Such geometry suggests that the ancients designed their sacred spaces in harmony with the fabric of the universe, encoded with the very shapes that structure the cosmos itself, bridging the earthly and the divine. The technological sophistication of ancient builders is evident in their use of megalithic spirals and advanced stone machining techniques.
The spirals are also found carved on some of these spheres and at all these sites around the world. This is the exact way that telluric magnetic currents of the magnetic field form and move within the landscape and get trapped and manipulated within these ancient megalithic sites.
The presence of spiral motifs at ancient sites across the globe, from the windswept plains of Newgrange in Ireland to the desolate deserts of the American Southwest, speaks to a universal symbol deeply embedded in human consciousness. These spirals are not merely decorative, they hold profound geomantic significance, representing the dynamic flow of energy through the earth and the cosmos. In many cultures, spirals symbolized a journey from the outer consciousness to the inner soul, a pathway to enlightenment or a portal between the physical and spiritual worlds. Archaeologists and geomancers alike theorize that these spirals could have been used in ancient rituals to enhance spiritual energy flow, aligning participants with the natural rhythms of the earth and sky, thus fostering a deeper connection with the natural and divine forces. The evidence of advanced stone machining at ancient sites such as Puma Punku and the Great Pyramid of Giza points to technological capabilities that far surpass traditional explanations of primitive tools and manual labor. At Puma Punku, we find stones cut with such precision that they interlock perfectly without the need for mortar, suggesting the use of sophisticated tools and knowledge of stone cutting techniques that could achieve micron-level precision. Similarly, the construction of the Great Pyramid, with its millions of stone blocks arranged in perfect harmony, implies a mastery over materials and engineering principles that challenges our understanding of ancient technologies. These examples suggest that ancient builders had access to high technology or advanced techniques that could manipulate stone on a scale and with a precision that rivals modern capabilities. Explore the mystery of Scottish stone spheres with Newman's intriguing insights on their possible uses and significance.
So here we have the 5 Platonic solids, and here we have them represented over 5,000 years ago, carved in stone in northern Scotland, which is bizarre in its own right. This is thousands of years before Plato was even born. And here are some illustrations of 5 of them that actually represent the 5 different Platonic solids. And these were connected with the stone circles of Aberdeenshire, Orkney, and in other areas of Scotland, and just with 3 examples that were found in England. This is actually a Roman dodecahedron which is found in France, made of metal. They also display different patterns. They even encode musical frequencies, which is what some researchers have been finding out.
The discovery of intricately carved stone spheres in Scotland, dating back to the Neolithic period, has puzzled archaeologists and historians alike. These spheres, often perfectly symmetrical and featuring geometric patterns, are believed to hold significant geomantic power. Theories regarding their use range from symbols of power, used by chieftains and shamans, to practical tools for architectural planning, particularly in the layout of ancient stone circles and settlements. The geometric precision found in these spheres indicates a sophisticated understanding of 3-dimensional space and symmetry, suggesting that they could have been used in complex calculations or as part of ritualistic practices to harmonize with the Earth's energies. Their widespread discovery in various ceremonial contexts supports the idea that these objects were central to the spiritual and daily lives of the people who crafted them, potentially used to align with or amplify natural energy flows within the landscape. These insights into the technological prowess of ancient civilizations reveal not only their ability to manipulate physical materials, but also their deep understanding of the Earth's geomantic properties. By integrating sophisticated technology with spiritual and energetic practices, they were able to create structures and artifacts that continue to mystify and inspire us with their precision, beauty, and profound alignment with the natural and cosmic order.
But the thing about these stone spheres that are found all over Scotland and other places is that master geometer Keith Critchlow, who wrote Time Stands Still, has actually put them all together, put them into a kind of one system which he believed that the ancients had an understanding of, especially up in Scotland. And it's exactly identical to the Earth grid system. Now, this is a bit of a chaotic version, but this is identical to what William Becker and Beth Hagans came up with the Earth grid itself.
Understanding how ancient sites harnessed Earth energies is crucial. Here's Newman explaining the use of telluric currents.
Combined with the rays of the sun, obviously. And the Earth itself is thought to derive from convection in the outer iron-rich core, combined with the stirring caused by the Earth's rotation. The inner core of the Earth also rotates slightly faster than the rest of the planet. It's like playing catch-up all the time, so there's kind of movement and energy constantly happening. And this is found in ancient sites, even in North American sites, such as these chambers all over New England and New York State. Some tests were done by John Burke and Kaj Halberg, who were working, they wrote a book called Seed of Knowledge, Stone of Plenty, and worked with the BLT research team in Boston. This is Kent Cliffs in New York, and they found that often magnetic anomalies were underneath these ancient sites, and telluric currents would build up within these sites. And this is partly why they believed these sites were built, because not only was it could affect you personally, it could affect your consciousness and enhance meditation and things like this. But if you place seeds and grains within the right spot within these chambers, it would enhance them and charge them up. And if you went to plant them against test seeds that weren't placed in the chamber, you get much higher yields, larger crop, and a healthier crop.
Ancient sites are often more than mere places of worship or communal gathering. They are power nodes on the Earth's surface, strategically placed to harness the Earth's natural energies. Telluric currents, or Earth energies, refer to the subtle magnetic streams that flow across the globe, influenced by the iron content in the Earth's core and the solar radiation from above. The ancients, with their profound sensitivity to the land, position their sacred sites along these currents, paths that are often delineated by ley lines. at places like Stonehenge, the dolmens of Brittany, and the Serpent Mounds of North America. These stones and earthworks are believed to channel and amplify the Earth's energies. This alignment was likely not random, but a meticulously planned effort to capture and utilize these energies for various purposes, including enhancing soil fertility, influencing weather patterns, and facilitating human experiences of the divine. The positioning of these sites on energy hotspots may have also been aimed at harnessing this power for healing rituals, fertility rites, and to establish a harmonious relationship between the celestial movements and terrestrial life. To conclude, let's examine the healing properties and the influence on human consciousness these sites hold, as discussed by Newman.
The ancient sites of power were sometimes found and sometimes deliberately constructed to mimic or enhance what could be found in nature. In either case, the forces of the natural world were used, and they were used for a variety of purposes such as the promotion of fertility and for healing, but the overriding purpose was the need to have gateways through which contact with spirit could be achieved. In the ancient world, there were certain people who knew how to work with the physical world in order to create access to the spiritual. So there's like a combination of different things at play here. The same principles that would enhance your seeds and grains, and this has been tested scientifically, would enhance your brain chemistry and affect your different glands in your brain and give you out-of-body and visionary experiences.
The potential healing properties of ancient sites are rooted in their intricate relationship with Earth energies and human consciousness. Many of these sites are located in areas where the Earth's magnetic fields exhibit anomalies or particularly strong intensities, such as Sedona's Red Rocks or the healing springs of Bath. These magnetic anomalies are thought to have psychoactive effects that can alter human consciousness, facilitating deeper meditative states, enhancing well-being, and promoting healing. Further, the geometric alignments and the specific materials used in the construction of these sites, often large monoliths containing high amounts of quartz or other piezoelectric materials, might act as amplifiers for these energies. When subjected to the mechanical stress of the Earth's vibrations or the touch of human hands, these stones could generate an electrical charge that interacts with the human biofield, potentially aiding in physical and emotional healing. The rituals performed at these sites, designed in alignment with astrological events and telluric currents, also suggest a sophisticated understanding of how time, place, and celestial alignment converge to influence human consciousness. The seasonal solstices and equinoxes, times of significant energetic shifts, were often the focus of such rituals, implying a calendrical wisdom that sought to synchronize human activity with cosmic and terrestrial cycles for spiritual and physical renewal. Together, the harnessing of telluric currents and the potential healing effects at these sites illustrates a profound integration of architecture, spirituality, and natural science. A synergy aimed at enhancing human life by aligning it with the Earth's inherent energies. This ancient wisdom, when revisited with a modern understanding, offers intriguing possibilities for enhancing our approaches to health, spirituality, and our relationship with the environment.